Something it's not used to. A major winter storm bringing intense snow and ice and causing all kinds of travel troubles. Marissa Parra is in Atlanta for us. Marissa, good evening.
Lester, you can see the sleet is now coming in sideways here in Atlanta. This wintry mix is hitting many areas that are not used to seeing these conditions.
Tonight, a deep chill in the deep south. Snow and ice bringing travel to a grinding halt. Thousands of flights delayed or canceled from Dallas and Charlotte to Chicago, and a full morning ground stop in Atlanta. The wintry mix, just the backdrop for a scary moment for passengers on a Delta flight in Atlanta headed for Minneapolis.
Delta flight 2668 with engine failure landing.
The airline confirms there was an engine issue just before takeoff. More than 200 passengers had to use slides to deplane. The airport confirming several minor injuries.
It's not a triage.
Snow and ice are pummeling the south. Our Kathy Park is in Tennessee, where the snow is falling an inch per hour.
And what is it like seeing Broadway covered in snow right now?
Quite unexpected. We don't think snow in Nashville, ever.
People are now digging out from Texas to North Carolina, with at least 6 states under a winter weather state of emergency. 20,000 miles of Georgia's roadway salted in advance. But in the Atlanta metro area, the cars that didn't heed the warning were seen stalled and sliding, causing accidents along the interstate. In Kansas, a truck's windshield shattered by icy debris flying from a passing car. A warning for the 75 million people in the winter storm's path. Marissa Parra, NBC News.
One eye on the wind gauges, the other on new fires popping up. Crews in Los Angeles are taking advantage of what's expected to be a brief improvement in the weather picture as they struggle to eke out gains against the region's deadly wildfires. Tonight, the death toll rising in the Los Angeles area, where at least 5 major blazes are burning. The biggest in the coastal city of Pacific Palisades. That sprawling fire now 8% contained. The Eaton fire near the foothill communities of Altadena and Pasadena, only 3% contained. More than 7,000 structures there damaged or destroyed. The death toll between the two fires now at least 11. In the fire zones, people who days ago were literally running for their lives are now returning to smoldering communities, hoping their homes will be the exception, the one standing amid the destruction. Tonight, destroyed communities anxious to know what's next, also questioning how things were allowed to get so out of control. Let's start once again with Tom Yamas from LA.
The firefight in California now in day 4. Today we saw firsthand how homeowners continue to face the wildfires head on.
Topanga's there. If we burn, Topanga burns. We need to stop this.
Using water hoses, shovels, and sprinklers, these residents have been fighting for days.
You're sweating, you're covered in water and dirt. Why are you doing this?
Because there's a whole community behind us, and if we go, they go.
With firefighters on the ground and the wind slowing down, air assets attack the blaze from above.
We're in the middle of the Palisades firefight right now. That is a Firehawk. It's a Black Hawk helicopter that has up to 1,000 gallons of water, dropping it right on some of the hottest spots of this wildfire.
The accuracy of those airdrops was unbelievable.
Even Carmen Harmon, who is 6 months pregnant, spraying down her home with water. She's expecting a boy and says she's trying to ensure her baby has a place to come home to.
We're ready to go if we need to. We have routes out, but yeah, we want to try and stay put.
And the threat isn't over. Today, new evacuations ordered as a fire broke out in Granada Hills. And last night, another new fire near Calabasas. A furious effort held back these flames, but with each new outbreak, already thin resources are being stretched even further. Today, there's one less firefighting plane in the air after a super scooper was struck by what the FBI is investigating as a civilian drone strike. The damage left a fist-sized hole in its wing, grounding the vital aircraft designed to drop 1,500 gallons of water on fire. The fires have now burned more than 56 square miles. That's larger than the city of San Francisco. More than 12,000 structures damaged or destroyed. These stunning before and after images of the Eaton fire in Altadena showing what the fire did to a vibrant community. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, the fires have now killed 11 people, including 83-year-old grandfather Rodney Nickerson of Altadena, and the number of dead is still expected to rise.
There's still a lot of people who are unaccounted for. We don't know where they are. I think this toll is likely to go up, whether it's significant or not. Pray God it's not.
Hajime White lost her father, Anthony Mitchell, and younger brother Justin, who had cerebral palsy. In the Pacific Palisades, actress Jennifer Gardner's home was spared, but she's dealing with the loss of her own.
I'm pointing to a street where a friend of mine lived and she died in the fire. Right up there. So coming down here and seeing it, it's very real.
Amid miles of destruction, the National Guard now standing outside fire zones to prevent looting. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom called for an independent investigation into the loss of water pressure in fire hydrants. This as outrage is growing and questions remain about what impact LA's mayor Karen Bass's budget cut to the city's fire department had on the response. Our local station, NBC Los Angeles, pressing the city's fire chief for answers.
So $17 million cut did not allow us to do what we needed to do. And where that impacted us specifically for Palisades was our ability to move into reserve apparatus.
So that apparatus could not be utilized in this fire?
We were limited with the number of resources that we could add and pre-deploy to this fire, yes.
Searching for answers as to what went wrong, as so many now search for a new place to call home.